I'm James Matthews-Paul. I'm here again with PrintingNews.com at Graph Expo 2016. Joining me now is Mal Baboyian. I'm interviewing you in your capacity as the chairman of NPES. And I just want to know, Mal, how do you think the graphic communications market is faring overall in 2016?
Actually, I think it's faring very well this year. We have seen, and the statistics I think bear it out, we've actually seen a growth, certainly in direct mail. Okay, that's rebounded significantly and is growing. We anticipate it to grow continually for the next several years. In addition to that, from the digital perspective, we're seeing publishing, book printing growing at significant rates. Now, overall, printing of books is dropping slightly. And let's go back a couple of years in terms of that market. You saw e-books dominate for a while. It's leveled off. In fact, not only leveled off, it's actually declined.
Down.
So we're seeing that rebounding up very nicely, and digital book printing is growing at 20% a year. So, but in general in the communications, direct mail, certainly transactional work is dropping somewhat. But overall, I think that you're going to hear it from the commercial printers. You hear it from the corporate environment as well, that they're actually printing more and communicating more than they have in the past. Now, communication is always going up. Whether it's going to be in print or some other way is the question. And this year, print is rebounding quite strongly, and our growth has been very, very nice as well.
That's all very positive to hear. And one of the aspects of growth in any industry is obviously education and developing careers for people. Now, NPES and Gareth continue to support and encourage careers in the graphic arts. Why do you think that's particularly important right at the moment?
I have to tell you that it's one of the things that keeps commercial printers up at night, and that is, where do they find the successors? Quite frankly, the printing industry is an aging industry in terms of just how long people have been working in their businesses. And by the way, look at me. So it can be me too. And we need to bring talent, not only talent at the very low levels, but talent that then grow and take over these companies over time. And so we need to support that as much as possible. NPES is doing that through its support of Gareth. There's also EDSF in our industry, supports scholarships. It's absolutely critical that we bring talent into the industry. And I think the thing that people don't realize is as high tech as printing is today, I think that the feeling in the industry is printing is not a high tech industry. What's interesting is this summer, my company hired 6 interns to work on our Boca facility. At the end of the summer, I interviewed them all, a little lunch and learn. And I asked them what they thought. And they were all college students, and they were shocked. Their comment was, we had no idea printing was this high tech. We've got to communicate that out to the world and bring youth into the printing industry, and NPES is doing that through Gareth.
And I think that it's that high-tech aspect to it is actually very attractive, but as you say, we're not selling it, and that leads to problems. I have a lot of opinions on the matter of getting younger people into the industry, so I'm very glad about the work that you're doing. Now, talking about other work that NPES does, I know that you're urging approval of the Trans-Pacific Partnership, TPP, which is a free trade agreement that I'm sure many of our viewers will know about. Why do you think that that's so important to the printing industry?
I think it's important to our economy, which therefore is important to the printing industry. Historically, if you take a look at it, the more free trade, the better the economy is. And anytime you put barriers in place and tariffs in place, it usually hurts a country's economy. And that's happened in the past. You can go back historically. Now, I was an old economics major, so maybe that's part of my background.
Yeah.
So I think in general it hurts if we don't have that kind of free trade, and there'll be retaliation from one country to another. With free trade, I think it benefits us all. Now, specifically to our industry itself, I don't think you can point to one little area, I think it's the economy in general.
Okay, and that makes a lot of sense to me, and I'm sure to our viewers as well. Just coming back to Graph Expo, it's been a fantastic show for many people. Have you enjoyed the show so far, and what do you think the main takeaways are from this event?
I tell you, we're very pleasantly surprised at Canon specifically, but from overall, I think that we knew it was going to be a lower attendance because we moved out of Chicago and to Orlando, and quite frankly, we did that because we didn't get the dates that were suitable to our customer base at McCormick Place this year. But Orlando has been very accommodating to us, and I think what's interesting about, if you look at Graph in Chicago, 65% of the attendees drive there from the Midwest. Many of those have not come to Orlando. But what is happening is a couple of thousand people that are coming here that did not go to Graph last year. So we're getting new people, and hopefully that bodes well for Print 17 next year, so they get an idea of just how good this show is and what it means to their businesses, and then they'll come to Print 17 next year at McCormick Place.
The demographic is evolving, the industry is evolving, NPES obviously has a crucial role to play within all of that. Mal, thank you very much for talking to me for PrintingNews.com.
Okay, thank you.